Hopefully this is live. Let me know if you can hear me. I've got it on my screen, just waiting for it to pop up. Brown-eyed girl, so glad I could catch you in time. There we go. I can see myself on my screen over here, so hopefully y'all can see me and hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can. Otherwise, I'll be sitting here wondering if I'm my mouth's moving, but nobody's hearing nothing. Hello, hello. Good, good. I'm glad that y'all hear me. How is everyone doing tonight? I know, a Friday one. I know I've been doing these on Saturdays, so I figured, you know, maybe some people who couldn't make it to a Saturday Night Live would, you know, be available for a Friday night one. It was a little bit of an impulsive decision, but we always have a good time, so figured why not? TGIF, that is right. New kitchen? No, it's not a new kitchen. It probably looks weird because the camera flips the image around, so it looks reversed from where I normally am. But same old, same old. Morgan, I have ADHD, but I don't promise it registers. I feel that. Yeah, the camera inverts the background, so people think that they're like, oh, I didn't realize you were left-handed on these lives, because it makes it look like I'm left-handed, but I'm definitely not. What's on the menu? It's not a... So it's basically going to be like a sausage and tomato sauce with pasta, I guess. Cheryl, I'm glad you got the notification. Sometimes people say they never got notified, and it's like, I'm sorry, I can't, I always click the button that says send notifications to subscribers, but, you know, YouTube does what it wants to do sometimes. Hey, hey, good to see everybody. Hey, Diana, Lord Raven, Cheryl, so good to see you all. Quick question, where did you learn to make love Mexican recipes? As someone who grew up Mexican American and ate a lot of beans, it warms my heart to see you cooking that stuff. I don't know, because it wasn't from growing up, because I was the pickiest kid growing up. I wouldn't eat beans, I wouldn't eat tomatoes, I barely would touch rice, honestly, which is crazy because rice and beans are like my love. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I started eating at Mexican restaurants as an adult and wanted to start recreating those things that I enjoyed, and then I got to have more authentic Mexican meals and then wanted to recreate them. And I don't claim to be, you know, like a great, I don't even know if we should call it Mexican, but like, you know, Tex-Mex, whatever. I don't necessarily say that I'm like great at it, but I try. Yay, Ginger, I'm glad you got your notification. Hey, Rashid. Got Ginger from Arizona, Denise from Alabama. Trying to read here. Oh, okay. Yeah, Karen, I just decided to, on a Friday night, I figured, what the heck, let's do it. Hey, Pam from Atlanta. Do you ever make curries? So I make, I like Thai curries. They're my favorite. So, yeah, I make chicken and lentil curries usually, and I use a Thai red pepper paste. And I like Japanese curries as well, but I never actually make Japanese curries myself. By the way, I'm actually making a dessert tonight, and I'm going to make, I'm going to make dessert first since it needs to bake in the oven. So I'm gonna get my oven here. I'm just starting it preheating to 350 so that way it is ready. Just Melissa says, what is your favorite main dish to make? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, I really like what I'm doing tonight, which is, you know, making a cream sauce in a pan. I guess my Korean fried chicken that I make might be, I mean, it's my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite thing I make, come to think of it. Like, it's a lot of work to fry the chicken and things like that, but it is so good in the end. So probably Korean fried chicken would be like my favorite dish. I feel like that's one of my, like, as long as I'm showing, like, giving it to someone who likes spicy food, that's one of my, like, show-off dishes. That and, I learned to make it called Tuscan chicken, but everybody calls it Marry Me chicken. It's like a chicken and pasta in a cream sauce with sun-dried tomatoes. That also, that's one of my, like, make to impress dishes. Hey, Eileen, I'm so glad that you were able to make it too. I know Alice, you asked about basmati rice. I know some people, they're like ride or die. If it's not basmati rice, it's not for them. I think it's just, I think it's just the personal preference. For me, like the cost and like the cost of buying bulk regular long grain rice and then I really like it. So I think that if there's enough of a difference of flavor for you, then, you know, if that could be a place where it's worth it to put your money into buying, you know, a more expensive but more enjoyable rice versus for me, I really like regular long grain rice. If I was going to spend more money on rice, I'd actually probably buy short grain white rice, so that way I could make like rice balls and like different various like Asian inspired dishes that you know, benefit from having that shorter grain rice that sticks together better. You just find figure rice is rice, Alice. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've had a rice that I don't like. I think I kind of like all of it. So why is saffron so expensive? So, well, if you can't, I'm not experienced with saffron, but I would like to be experienced with saffron. But what I want to try growing it. Actually, I gotta check because it might be about the time of year. I might have missed out on this year. I might have to wait till next year because I think it's a fall bulb, and it's like each flower you have to individually pick. Like, it's just the little I can't remember what they're called now, but like the little fronds, you just get like 4 of them from each flower, and that's why it's so expensive. And I know that you have to do what's called blooming it to properly like get the most of the flavor. The Calrose Botan. I will keep that in mind. For the past 20 years, we've been an Aldi and Costco family. We do 80% of our shopping there. You a fan? So I've actually never been into a Costco. I had a Sam's membership. It wasn't quite worth it for me to keep it because I just don't buy enough like brand name stuff. And I wasn't getting enough savings on like regular staples and things like that to make it worth it. But I do buy from Sam's though. I have a friend who has a Sam's membership, and they were like, yeah, just let me know anytime you want to go to Sam's. So like I do purchase from those bulk stores. I mean, I go like once or twice a year. I don't go often. And Aldi, I love Aldi. They're not, so I used to do a lot, probably like 75% of my shopping at Aldi, probably like just about everything other than meat at Aldi. But they're not as competitive with like other grocery stores as they used to be. So a lot of times it's better for me to, because I have a lot of grocery stores around me. I'm you know, one of the benefits of living in, you know, a more populated, busy, crowded area is that I get access to a lot of different grocery stores. So it's more worth it, and they're all so close to me that it's more worth it for me to just compare like the prices of what's on sale. So I still go to Aldi all the time. Aldi is a part of my like regular weekly grocery store rotation. It's just not necessarily like, it's probably not even 50% of my grocery shopping anymore. Definitely not, honestly. We have a Wegmans near me, but I've only been in it a couple times. Wegmans is superior for like selection. If you need, like if there's something that you're trying to find that you can't find elsewhere, it's probably going to be at Wegmans. They have so much there. Yeah, it's crazy with Aldi. So I'm editing an Aldi video right now, hoping it'll be out either tomorrow or Sunday. It was just like a real quick Aldi video, but it just like one of the things that I was thinking about when I was shopping is just like, you know, one of my the first Aldi video that I did was a how to eat for $10 a week at Aldi, and I was able to get so much for that $10. So it's so much different now. Because, you know, to give you a little bit of a spoiler, I spent $10 at Aldi, and the difference in what I was able to get is like just so crazy different. Like I probably would have gotten twice as much. I mean, and we're not talking like 10 years ago. I did that video I think in like 2021. So it's crazy how much they've gone up in just like 3 or 4 years. But I did get my cast iron, like my big enamel cast iron pot from Aldi, and then they were testing me this week because I walked in this week. They had they had an enamel cast iron bread oven, which I realized honestly I like making bread in loaf pans better anyway, so I wasn't too tempted. But then they had a 2-quart version of the 6-quart pot that I just got, and then they also had the braziers as well. Or did they have the braziers, or was it the French onion? It was the French onion, which I already have one of those. But I was like, did they have ones that I don't have yet? And I really like the Crofton stuff. I know some people say that they're poor quality, but for me, I have only had good experiences, and I've been heavily using my Crofton enamel cast iron for like, I don't know, 3-ish years now. And yeah, I haven't had any issues whatsoever with them. The Isle of Shame, yes. The Isle of Shame at Aldi is where all the good stuff is at. Do you want to say hi, Andrew, since you're hovering?
I can. I'm just seeing how you're doing.
Good.
Just saying hi.
Get the pot? Oh my gosh, Melissa. I will get the pot.
I'm sure we could fit it somewhere.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure we could fit it somewhere.
Yeah.
This is the bread one, right?
No. The one that matches my.
Yeah,
the one I just got. Yeah.
Oh, the smaller one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could use that for my soup.
It's true. We can definitely. Oh, they say, "Hey, Andrew."
Hello.
But yeah, we definitely could find all kinds of uses for the 2-quart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. Make one of those Korean dishes, I see.
So let me brag on Andrew for a minute. My friends are coming over on Sunday, so we can watch bad reality TV. And Andrew offered to make us pretzel bites, so very much looking forward to that. We get to be spoiled.
And the cheese.
And the cheese.
Don't forget the cheese.
There's a lot of cheese. We go through a lot of cheese.
Well, yeah, a lot of cheese. I meant dipping cheese, but...
Oh, yeah.
But I guess with the other cheese. You're right.
You were talking about rice. Have you ever made mochi? No, I haven't, but I love it.
I forgot that that's a thing that we can make.
What reality show are we watching? I mean, we don't know yet. We haven't decided. We rotate through either watching stuff that is like shows like Love is Blind, stuff like that, or we'll watch shows that we don't have to watch the same characters for 10 episodes. So like 4 Weddings, we talked about maybe doing Ugliest House in America, which is like technically episodic, but not as...
Is that Paris movie?
Yeah, I was going to say that. But I think what we're going to watch first is Netflix is advertising to me this movie that they just came out with that is like a spoof on reality shows, and it's about this girl who she gets accepted to some art program in Paris, and she is trying to figure, but she can't afford the flight and such to Paris. So one of her friends sees this popular reality show that their next season is going to be in Paris, and so she's like, oh, you should apply, because then when you get kicked off, when you get like eliminated on the show, you'll already be in Paris, and you just don't come home, like stay in Paris. There you go, you got your flight. And it shows them like they're on the plane, they're having a great time, and then like the twist for the reality show is that they land and they're like, welcome to Paris, Texas, and like the girl is already from Texas. And then I guess it's like a rom-com after that, but we might watch that just because like we get together and we watch reality shows, and so like a movie that's a spoof on a reality show sounds like it might be fun. So we might start with that and then just throw in a few episodes of something that's like I said, easy to watch, something that's like independent episodes. Hey Tammy from Mayfield, Kentucky, great to have you. I can't wait till your Thanksgiving and Christmas videos. Yeah, it's coming quick. It's coming quick. Andrew, good thing he already walked away, because he's still been like, oh, I had so many Thanksgivings last year, and any weight I gained was because I had like 5 Thanksgivings, because he gets to eat like multiple Thanksgiving dinners. He's looking forward to it though. A Real Housewives junkie. Yeah, we never got into Real Housewives, but we're not stuck on like necessarily like a super specific genre. Like it doesn't have to be like romances or things like that. Like we watch like I said, 4 Weddings, Millionaire Matchmaker. I mean, I know those are kind of like romance based, but like I said, I think we might watch Ugliest House in America one of these times. Maybe like Tiny House Hunters or something like that. Vicky, so excited that you could make it. Melanie from South Carolina, awesome. I am going to get started on my dessert in just a minute here, because I can just go on rambling, and then y'all will be like, weren't you supposed to be cooking something? What's my fall favorite recipe? Probably butternut squash soup. I have a video on that from, I think, a couple years ago or something. It's just a real easy soup. You just roast the ingredients, blend it up, add a little bit of cream. Yeah, that might be my favorite fall recipe. I do love, what's it called? Green bean casserole, the way I make it. So like not with like the cream of soup and stuff like that, but like homemade green bean casserole, like making my own sauce and all that. I love it. Is your Friendsgiving your favorite of your holiday dinners? 1000%. I love my Friendsgiving, and this is like I don't know, maybe like the 9th or something year, 9th or 10th year I've done it. So here's how like serious we are about it. I used to rent like 8-foot tables and chairs, because there was a place nearby that we could rent them really quick, and we used to have Andrew's parents used to live up here, so we could borrow his dad's truck to get them here. Nowadays we can't do that, and they don't, that place doesn't do rentals like that anymore. But so now I have my own 8-foot tables and enough folding chairs to fit like 16 of my friends. It takes up way too much space in my garage in the off season. I like collected these chairs over like a year. Like I got like 6 of them for free over the year on Buy Nothing. Got another like 4 of them at the thrift stores for a few dollars each. And then I think I got gifted, I think my mom gifted me one like regular new set. Like I have all these folding chairs everywhere. But yeah, I love my Friendsgiving. It's so much fun. I try to, yeah, usually I can manage to fit like 16 people just barely in my house, and it's fun. It's so much food. See, you caught me. I got rambling. I had my wine in my hand and didn't even get to take a sip of it yet. Tammy says, what kind of music are you into? So I have a pretty wide range of music. I don't like country, but I like almost everything else. I listen to a lot of like rock and metal and pop, like just whatever's like Billboard Hot 100, Top 100. Like I like alternative rock. Pretty much most of the genres that fall under like metal and rock, as long as it's not just like real hardcore like death metal screamo stuff. And even then there can be like a song or two that I get really into. I had the tables and chairs already. I would be like, hey, we're doing another friend dinner. Yeah, I always mean to do a Christmas one, like a smaller Christmas one, maybe for like 8 people or so. But then Christmas tends to be so busy that it's like hit or miss whether I'm ever able to actually do that. Leah, I know, I saw. Don't worry, Melissa is a very, very, very generous person. I completely lost track of the chat. I don't know where I was, but anyway, like I said, I gotta get this dessert in the oven. There's lots and lots of time for chatting. How about New Year's? My friends do a big New Year's party usually, and so I will very likely be at that friend's for New Year's. When I say a big New Year's party, I mean we're talking about like, I don't know, 60, 75, 85 people. Like it's a big party. And I'm hoping it's gonna be like, usually it's an opportunity for us to get like really dressed up. So I'm hoping that they'll follow through with that again this year, because I love any opportunity I have to get in a like floor length glittery gown, I'll take it. All right, so you're gonna see 2 different sides of Lisa tonight. You're gonna see baking Lisa, where I actually like follow a recipe and what I'm doing, and then you're gonna see Lisa just making something up on the fly with dinner. So like baking Lisa and dinner Lisa. The best Thanksgiving of my life was when I was moonlighting as a taxi driver in Boston. No dinner that day, but people getting out of prison, people getting out of the, I don't know what the other word was, but I bet that was really interesting. That would definitely be an interesting time to work as a taxi driver, because yeah, I'm sure people coming and going had extra like unique stories that day, extra emotional stories, like possibly seeing family they haven't seen in forever. All right, focus. Whoever mentioned having ADHD, like, so I got my oven to 350. I have a half cup or 60 grams of flour, and I did weigh it out. Sometimes when I bake, I do actually weigh my ingredients out, and like, I don't know if you can see, but 60 grams is a little bit less than the half cup, so that was why I weighed it out. I know did I want to do it in that one? No, I want it in this bowl. See, look, I'm already distracted. But yeah, I know about myself that I tend to be heavy-handed with flour. So if it's a recipe where it really matters, then usually I'll weigh it out. I don't know yet how much it matters in this one. I've been trying to find a small batch cupcake recipe that I really like, but I want one that uses a whole egg, because I don't want to be bothered with separating the white and the yolk, and then only using the white, and then like having to figure out what I'm using the yolk for. So, all right, so yeah, I'm making cupcakes right now. So a 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm not going to worry too much about adding a little bit of extra sugar, so we'll just use the measuring cup. This is the face of me trying to do 2 things at once, and I just completely messed up my. Don't mind me. I'm just messing up on camera. I struggle to follow a recipe while I'm also chatting. It'll work out. It's more entertaining for y'all if I screw up anyway, I bet. So it's alright, it's alright. We can talk amongst ourselves. It'll be alright. Alright, so actually paying attention. Alright, so I got most of my 1/2 cup of sugar separated from the flour there. So my flour, my 1/2 cup of flour, I'm adding some baking powder. Hold on. I need my stool. So I usually make a ton of cookies at Christmas, and I'm not nearly this like scatterbrained when I'm doing that. So I can focus. All right. Oh my God. That was supposed to go in with the flour. I'm struggling, y'all. What is going on? It's okay. It'll work out. It's all gonna work out. It all goes in the same bowl in the end anyway. I feel like I'm doing a comedy show though. How I'm gonna end up on one of the compilations of like people who can't cook videos here. All right. Baking powder and a pinch of salt. I can handle that. I don't know why. I want to put everything into that big bowl. Right. That's the one we're doing. And then in this one, the big bowl, we're actually working with the big bowl here. I keep wanting to put everything in the big bowl. It's time for the big bowl. We'll do 1 egg. So I'm whisking 1 egg with a 1/2 cup of sugar. Well, at least if these come out weird, I won't be able to blame the recipe. Wearing black and working with flour, I always end up doing that. Oh my gosh. And I always end up getting it all over me. I thought about that when I was getting the flour out of my like big tub back there. I was like, well, maybe because I'm getting it in advance, that will lessen the chance of me like getting it all over myself. It actually didn't, but I just already wiped it off. You can see it there a little bit maybe. Cheated tonight, bought a spinach wrap at Trader Joe's on my way home from work. Yeah, sometimes that's what you gotta do. I find myself getting annoyed at cake recipes that always seem to rely on buttermilk. So I haven't tried it yet. Well, so you can, all right, let me make sure I'm reading the rest of your comment. There's always the whole milk vinegar substitute. So one thing that I haven't tried yet, but I got it on Manager Special, is I think it's, yeah. I don't know if you've ever tried powdered buttermilk, but this was like super marked down to like $1.50 at my grocery store. So I was like, well, I mean, I'll try it, and it's good till 2027 sometime. So I just haven't had an opportunity to try it yet, but I keep meaning to. I need to create an opportunity to try it. Yeah, I'm making my we're going to my friend's birthday next weekend, and I'm making her a cake, and I will make sure that I'm much more focused when I make her cake. The powdered buttermilk is good? Good. That is good to know. Because it seems like whenever I need buttermilk, the store is out of the little containers of it, and I have to buy like a huge container, and I really don't want to buy a huge container. I know I can freeze it, but that's just like such a hassle. I'd rather just like, because I don't use it a lot, so I'd rather just use it, like be able to get it in smaller quantities. Are there no Kroger's in your area? There are not. There used to be. They bought out Harris Teeter, and then shortly after they left the North Carolina market. And Harris Teeter is like, it's not really comparable to Kroger. Like they have some of the same like generic product lines, like the Simple Truth stuff and stuff like that, but they don't have a lot of the products that I really liked and missed from Kroger. They're a little more expensive. Yeah. I didn't know you can freeze buttermilk. Yeah, this is my understanding that you could. It's best if you're, well, because you're usually using buttermilk to cook anyway, so you don't have to worry so much about like the separation that usually happens when you freeze dairy stuff. Maybe when I can come back, y'all will still be there. Probably, because I always come on saying that I'm going to do like an hour-long live, and it's already 30 minutes in, and I haven't done anything other than mess up my bowls of stuff. All right, we're going to focus for a second here. What did I do? 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I can concentrate long enough to do that. 2 teaspoons vanilla extract. That's easy enough. And then butter, which I left in the microwave. Hold on. I'm coming right back. Don't miss me too much. I started melting my butter before like when I was getting all my stuff ready, and so I put it in the microwave and I started it to melt it, and then I walked away to do other stuff and I forgot about it. A recipe for a soft squishy white bread. I do have one that I've been using. I couldn't tell you what it is off the top of my head, but I'll keep that in mind because I do have one that I've been using for like loaves that I'm really liking. Let me grab that butter back out. All right, now we're fully melted. That's a half a stick of butter that I'm adding, by the way. And then I'll need a 1/4 cup of milk. I don't have milk, so I'm using half and half. And then basically what I'm going to be doing is adding in like part of my dry ingredients and some of my milk. And then more of my dry ingredients. In fact, we'll just do the rest of that, and then the rest of my milk. And then I wrote myself a note not to overmix it. So I'll just stir it here until the flour is like just combined in there. Put this out of the way. These can go out of the way. This can go back up here. These can go in there. I'll be needing that. All right, I have one of these little pans, which I actually really love having because I have like several cupcake tins, but then instead of having to like use an entire tin for like 1 or 2 extra cupcakes, I like having this. Or in this case, I'm doing a small batch, so it is nice to be able to use that. How come you decided on a live tonight instead of tomorrow? No particular reason. I just figured I was up for it, and I figured let's do a Friday instead of, you know, always doing a Saturday, in case there are people who can't do Saturday nights, but maybe they could do a Friday night, just change things up a little bit. That, and I'm planning to spend a pretty good amount of time editing tomorrow. Like I said, I have another video that I did. Hold on, I have a hair that is attached to me. I have a video that I've like pretty much done recording, and I just need to edit it, and so I'm going to be focusing on that tomorrow, so I won't necessarily, after doing that, there's a chance I wouldn't be up for doing a live, so. All right, Mike, well, cheers for your 11-year-old daughter seeing that I was on. Glad to have you here. I haven't done too much yet. I'm making like a small batch of cupcakes, and I keep getting distracted, so I've not gotten very far. And I've only had 2 sips of wine, so we can't blame the wine. This is just pure distraction. And lack of focus. I like to use these little soup spoons for getting my batter into my little cupcake liners. Yeah, Ramona, I've done a couple lives over the years, but it just in the last like 2 or 3 months, I've been trying to make an effort to do them like regularly. I'm aiming for at least once a month. You know, my last one I did was like 2 weeks ago, so that's a little bit more than once a month, but I'm trying to do at least once a month. I went to Thailand about 15 years ago and was blown away by the amazing variety of ingredients. Thailand is like number 1 on my list of places that I would like to go. Thailand is actually, Andrew knows this, Thailand is where I would like to go for, would be like my ideal honeymoon location. He knows that I like very much want to go to Thailand. I think I am going to need to do a 5th. I was thinking 4 cupcakes, but I don't think that that's going to work for this amount of batter. Thank you so much, Whitney. Hello, Bethany. All right, so we'll do a 5th one here. Do y'all eat raw cake batter, or are y'all real good about, you know, not eating raw ingredients? I was surprised that when I learned that it's not so much the risk in the egg isn't that much. It's actually the flour, the raw flour, that's more likely to make you sick, apparently. But I definitely was raised in a we eat the raw cake batter, brownie batter, cookie dough type of household. It's gonna be one of those things that, you know, until it personally bites me in the butt or someone like really close to me, it's one of those risks that I can't help but take. Your mom hated it? Oh man, my mom, she's camping right now. She's gonna be disappointed because she wasn't here to lick the bowl. Yeah, I definitely, and it tastes good. It tastes like vanilla cake batter, so good. Yeah, cookie dough, when I make Christmas cookies, my mom specifically asked me to leave her a little bit of the sugar cookie dough uncooked rather than the cookies because she just wants to eat the cookie dough. And he licked the beater. Yeah, man. Okay, I'm making a mess. I'm gonna stop doing this. I am gonna do this though. Because I would feel feel weird sitting here licking the bowl for y'all, in front of y'all. I was gonna say for y'all's entertainment, but I don't know if that was the right wording. So we'll just do that. And so usually when I'm cooking in like videos and stuff like that, I always do my dishes as I go. But obviously I'm not gonna do dishes with my back turned, chatting with y'all, so that'll be something fun to do later on after. Now, I wouldn't want to think of y'all as my students. I'd much rather it be like chill friend vibes. But so I'm gonna put this in the oven. What did I write down? Around 15 minutes. Standard cupcake stuff until till a toothpick comes out clean. All right, timer is set. And I'm probably good to start dinner here then, whenever. And for those who didn't hear earlier when I poorly described what I'm making, just like a sausage and tomato cream sauce with some pasta. I'm throwing together things I had in my fridge. That's actually what dinner is tonight, is like me randomly throwing together stuff I had in my fridge, that some of which like really needs to get used up, and some of which, you know, I got like a can of tomatoes, pasta, stuff like that. You know, there's no rush to use, but sounds delicious. I hope so. All right, so I'm gonna need my cutting board, my knife. I tried to get everything together that was within like I tried to get everything together that was further than like 4 feet from me ahead of time. So hopefully I got everything. Although I gotta get my oil. I forgot to grab that. I'm probably gonna shake y'all. All right. So I'm gonna start. You guys can't see my cast iron, but it is right there. And I'm gonna start heating up some oil in that pan. Probably actually really didn't even need any oil. I don't know what I'm doing. Because I'm gonna be cooking some sausage, so I didn't actually need oil, but it's there. It'll be all right. It wasn't a lot. Sausage. I'm cooking ground sausage in it. I got this sausage on Manager Special. It was like $2.40, and the other half of it's in my freezer, and I'm going to use that sometime in the next few days. Our local grocery store has acorn squash and mushrooms on sale this week. I have leftover smoked sausage, and I can't wait to make your acorn squash pasta sauce. Man, I hope it turns out good. I actually have another acorn squash sitting in my dining room on the table because, yeah, I liked it so much, and I'm looking forward to making it again. I almost thought about making it again tonight, but I was like, I got other stuff I got to use up, and I was like, I just made it. Is your mom open to saying hi for a live sometime? Possibly. A lot of times I do. There's also a lot of times I do lives when she's like not like, I don't know. We tend to alternate like going out of town and things like that. Not intentionally. It's also, she goes camping a lot in the fall. She took a break over the summer because it got too hot, and then yeah, she was gone a couple weeks ago. She's gone again this weekend. I think she said she hiked like 11 miles today or something. I think she might do like 10 tomorrow. But yeah, she is hiking and camping in the mountains. Grab one of these things so that way as this heats up, I'll be able to start mashing it. So that way it can cook. I need like a second camera. Like I need a little like overhead camera that points straight down here, and like in the little corner, it can be, you know, it can just be like right above my pan here, but I'll point the camera down at the pan when it's actually like interesting to watch. You know, my mom would be like, hey, what's the point of having kids if you can't boss them around? Granted, she would say that completely jokingly because she never bossed me around. So, you know, it's funny when she says it. I know not everyone has moms and relationships with their moms where that would be a funny joke, but for her, it's a funny joke. She would say, well, you know, what did I have you for if I couldn't boss you around? You know, why have a kid if she's not going to cook for you and clean for you and things like that? Let's see, I'm also going to go ahead and get an onion cut real quick. Just put my scraps to the side so I can toss them in the freezer once I'm done with all this. Does my mom ever watch my lives? I don't know. I am not sure, but yeah, I'm not sure. Probably not right now because she's probably, what time is it? She's probably getting ready for bed, maybe. I don't know. That or her and her friends are around a campfire drinking something or having s'mores or I don't know, something. She has a fun like friend group and they, you know, so she's on a trip. I don't expect her to be watching my channel. My mom got a kitten when she was pregnant with me. She used to tell me I was the last one, so I would be the last one in, so I'd be the first one out. Mother's prerogative to not have to worry about being bossy. That's right, that's right. Someone in my neighborhood I guess say in my neighborhood on a different street posted on Nextdoor that she found a couple of kittens, and by the time I saw the post, she'd already found like a shelter and things like that for the kittens. Like not a shelter, a cat specific rescue. A rescue, that's the word I'm looking for. But I was like, man, cat distribution system is getting close. It was like a street over from me. I almost had them. If that mom cat had just, you know, brought the kittens a little bit closer, and I'd been the ones to find them. Yeah, we'll get a cat eventually. Like I said, unless one finds us first. But right now, because our old cat was so needy, could not leave that cat home for a weekend. Like we had to alternate going out of town, because if somebody wasn't home, he wouldn't eat. So, and like, yeah, I mean, even like during the daytime and stuff, he wouldn't eat if nobody was home. So, like he had like some separation anxiety going on or something. And I know that like when we get another cat, especially because we want to get a bonded pair, ideally, like we want to get 2 cats, that shouldn't be an issue like in the future. But yeah, right now it's really nice to have the freedom to be able to go on like a random weekend trip or something and not have to worry about who's gonna look after the cat. So, you know, we're just enjoying that for now, but we love cats, so we'll definitely end up with more cats. Yeah, losing a pet sucks. But yeah, we'll get more eventually. Who knows? Maybe in my head I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get 2. Who knows? Maybe like the cat distribution system will go a little overboard and we'll have like 4 or 5. I don't know if my house could do 5 cats, but my house might be a little too small for that. Yeah, it's funny. One of my friends texted me asking if I could help out with checking in on her pets in a couple weeks when she's out of town. So I get to go check in on cats and rats. So that'll be fun. I haven't met her rats yet, but she used to work for EPA and she lost her job. She got laid off and she has a new job now. So, I mean, she's in a good position. But they also were like rehoming she did like vet work with EPA, and they were like rehoming the animals that I don't know the full details of her job, honestly. I just know that they were rehoming animals, and that included rats, and they were the hardest, I guess, to rehome, and like she like really cared about these rats, so now she has rats. Talk to my husband so he'll get me a dog. Maybe the dog distribution system needs to come into effect. For anyone thinking about adopting a dog, let me put in a plug for a service dog rescue called Canines with a Cause. My dog Gussie came from there. He had been a MDA service dog for a boy who died. Aw. I mean, I'm glad he has obviously he has a great home and a great life with you. I just got to that part and I was like, oh. Nothing wrong with 5 cats. That's what I have in a small home. I mean, honestly, like realistically, I technically have room for 5 cats, but I don't. Let's start with 2. Let's start with 2. I'm not gonna lie. If I had enough money that I could take care of a lot of cats without needing to worry about, like a sudden vet bill, a sudden sickness, whatever. Like even though, like as we established, it really sucks to lose a pet. I think I would love to adopt senior cats because I know that they're a lot harder to place. And like honestly, the only reason that I wouldn't adopt one, at least at this point, is just because of there's a greater likelihood of like various vet bills, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like the potential, you could get like 10 or 15 years with a senior cat, or you could get 2. We actually, whoa, did I see that? 32 turtles? We actually have 32 turtles all in my backyard. All right. Is there like a pond, or is it just your yard is the place to be for the turtles? They were here when I bought my home. Okay. And I have so many frogs. Crazy amount of frogs in my yard. I do the mosquito bucket of doom thing where you keep buckets of standing water outside, and then you use mosquito dunks to like help control mosquito population, because the mosquitoes lay their eggs in that water, and then it basically like prevents the larva from being able to fully develop, and it's like a really it's a lot more environmentally friendly than most like pesticide solutions, because it doesn't it's not detrimental to other wildlife like sprays and that kind of thing usually are. And so I went to go like refill my mosquito dunk bucket, and I was like, I had like the dunk in my hand, and I looked down in it, and I'm like, oh, I guess I don't need to put one in here right now, because the bucket was full of tadpoles, like so many tadpoles in this bucket. I'm like, you know what? They're solving the problem for me, so won't even worry about it. Oh my, you say the turtles come in through your doggy door? That must be, hopefully you don't like wake up in the middle of the night, like grab a snack from the fridge, and like, you're walking and do like a cartoon style slip on a turtle on the kitchen floor. Rebecca says, I did adopt a few special need cats that would have been in the shelter for a long time. Good for you. Like that is fantastic. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got, okay, I put your glass right in the front so you can find it.
Appreciate it.
I knew you'd be looking for it.
Thank you. How's your wine?
Yeah, I'm slowly getting through it.
Okay.
So I'm cooking up, for those who might have just joined in, I got a small batch of cupcakes in the oven. I'm cooking up some ground sausage, a half a pound of ground sausage right now. I got an onion cut up, and basically I'm making like a I don't know, sausage and veggie cream sauce kind of situation to serve with some pasta.
Smells really good.
Well, this is sausage cooking, but
I mean, it smells really good.
I know sausage cooking smells good.
It still smells really good.
I wasn't sure if that was going to shake the whole camera. Well, no, because I got the camera mounted to the counter, not the stove.
That's right.
They say hi, Andrew, again.
Hi.
Yeah, Andrew's big thing he's excited about is that he makes a little bit of like video game content here and there, and for a game that he really, really likes.
I'm too tall.
Yeah. And he just got accepted to some program that the distributor, the company that makes the game, like that they have. I don't know how to better describe it, but
it's pretty much like a creators hub for content creators of the game to kind of like find projects to work on together and stuff. And I got accepted to it today, so pretty fun. It'll be a fun thing to work on and work towards.
so that's what we're celebrating. It's a yeah.
It's fun. Thank you.
How tall are you, Andrew?
6.
Let's see. These definitely need more time. 15 minutes was not it. I thought 15 minutes felt fast for cupcakes. I'm going to put these in for another like 8 minutes. What game is it? Destiny. We were Destiny players back when the Destiny 1 beta came out. Way back when. I have fallen off of it myself, but Andrew is still a pretty like heavy Destiny 2 player.
Still here.
Well, people have been saying it's a dying game for the past 7 years, 6 years.
Yeah, but now it might actually start to become true.
It has to happen eventually.
Yep. All games do, except for Fortnite. That's forever.
Man, I don't even know how far in the future that might be. The downfall of Fortnite. When will that happen?
I feel the company will have to do something absolutely atrocious.
Because they're a really good example of how to like adapt and they're killing it with how to adapt and stay relevant.
Yeah. Well, they also have the money to throw around to, the relevant pop culture references for characters and stuff to toss into.
Yeah.
That also helps.
Andrew, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Probably fried chicken.
It's funny, we both said that our favorite meals involve fried chicken.
Did you say Korean fried chicken?
I sure did.
Yeah. I mean, it's really close to burgers. Like, I do really like cooking burgers, but
I use my cake batter spatula.
I think the overall finished product of fried chicken I appreciate more than burgers, just for like time put into it. But I do love cooking burgers, especially on like my flat top.
Yeah, I can't enjoy restaurant burgers anymore because Andrews are so good.
With homemade pickles. And
I don't play any of the war games like Call of Duty. What are your thoughts about those? We haven't played any Call of Duty games in years. We used to both be really into them for a little bit.
But that was the time.
I mean, Destiny's pretty much a space war, but it's not intense the way that Call of Duty is.
Yeah, I don't really care for Call of Duty. And just, I don't know, kind of falling off of those games at this point.
But right now I'm I had my like obsession with Stardew Valley on the Switch, and then it just came out, like it was free for if you have PlayStation Plus, which is like PlayStation's like subscription that's required to play games online or whatever. And it was free this month, so even though I already have like a file on my Switch with like whatever 100 hours playing Stardew Valley, I now I'm like, oh, time to start all over on PlayStation. But the thing is, though, because me and Andrew both have PlayStations, that means that we can both play it together, and that's not something that we couldn't do on the Switch. So.
She's teaching me.
Yes, I'm teaching Andrew Stardew. I don't have time for video games. All I watch is hockey. I mean, relevant profile picture. I actually applied for a part-time job with the Carolina Hurricanes. I did not get it, but it was basically to be one of their, they call it like the Canes crew, and they're just people who help facilitate the games and like, you know, hype up the crowd and things like that. Like, it's different from their cheerleading squad. This is a little bit more like interactive with the fans attending and things like that. I think I would have been good at the job. I don't know if I didn't. I was trying to see this when I applied. I also don't know how many applications I got. I was trying to balance seeming like I, you know, was too crazy about it and just wanted to be there to like see all the games, all the home games for free. Like, I didn't want it to see like I was too like much of a mega fan. But at the same time, I wonder if I don't know, maybe I came across as like not interested enough. I'm not sure. Maybe they were looking for a younger demographic. Like, maybe they were looking for college kids and like people like right out of college. I don't know.
People whose souls are crushed.
They want a burger show, Andrew.
That's, I mean, I would be happy to.
Yeah, Sherry, you say very true about Fortnite. Every time I turn around, there's a new skin that my grandsons have to have. It's not even the skins. Like, they definitely are really good at keeping like up to date with, you know, their cosmetics and like the characters that they bring into the game and things like that. But they have these like they have this like creator game mode where people create their own games using like within Fortnite. And so it's crazy. So there's not just like the Fortnite that people think of where you're in like, you know, 100-person battle royale and you're going around and you're shooting people and you're trying to be number one. Like, yeah, they have that. But they have all of these like I was going to say I could, but I couldn't because I don't know how to do it. But like anyone could go in and create their own game mode, and it's like it's not just these like shooting games. Like the one I liked for a while, it was called Lumberjack Heroes, and like you went around chopping down trees and like fighting these little forest creatures. Like there's these, like, we really like the horror maps, and those don't involve like shooting at all. Most of those you're just like exploring a haunted house or a haunted hospital or, you know, whatever, and like some of them it's just like the story as you walk through, and like, you know, you're experiencing like jump scares and like things like that, or you have like puzzles to solve, and they're like, that's just like one genre. There's also like all kinds of game modes that are super appropriate for kids. Like there's different puzzle games.
You have Fortnite Festival, which is essentially Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah, they have one that's basically like Guitar Hero, but it's within Fortnite.
Well, I would say it is Guitar Hero. Well, it's Rock Band because they own that company.
Yeah. And then there's also like, you know, like racing games and stuff like that. Yeah, like Fortnite has like everything now.
They also own Rocket League.
Like, I feel like when
it's
I talk,
the same company as Rocket
when I
League.
talk about Fortnite, I have to be like, are we talking about like the Battle Royale, or are we talking about one of the other games within Fortnite? It's really impressive what they've been able to do.
Yeah, they're really trying to combat with like Roblox, which is good.
And they're a North Carolina company, so that's cool.
Woohoo!
They also want you to make the pretzel buns again.
Okay, is that the hot dog shaped ones?
Yes.
I made
Yes.
plenty, but well,
Yeah,
maybe,
we had.
you know what? If I do a burger show, maybe I'll do that one. Maybe I'll do pretzel buns for the burgers.
Yeah, because he did pretzel buns for burgers once. They're not a good pairing with burgers.
I did it for the chicken, for the fried chicken.
Or the chicken.
But like, it's because they're so dense that they are very filling, and it's not as nice as like a brioche bun or something. But like, you could find something.
But
with it.
they're so good with brats. They pair
Actually, yeah.
so good with brats.
Yeah.
No, they're not Bambi-like forest creatures. They're like they're just little round like jelly blobs that are forest monsters. Don't worry, I'm not out there going after Bambi. All right, let's see if these are cooked through yet, because they definitely were not before. Thank you. Alright, let's see. These still look a little underdone. Y'all usually cook your cupcakes for like 25, 30 minutes. I feel like that's what's normal for cupcakes. I don't know why this recipe said 15 minutes. So I did 15/7, that's 22. Because I'm going to assume that my oven is actually at 350, because my oven's not old enough to be like dying yet.
It better not be.
I know. Watch me crash out over an oven.
No.
He wants the ones for the brats.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, that's so. Other than pretzel
if we
bites,
want to do like a brat one, like
I'll find a place to fit.
yeah.
I'll find a place to fit that into a video.
yeah, we'll do brats.
The brat buns are so good. Like eyes rolling in the back of the head here. They're so good.
They work so well with it, especially with either beer cheese. I did make like a spicy peanut sauce for it too, because peanut butter and pretzels, like.
Yeah. Pork burgers with the pretzel buns might be good.
I could see that too. I think some of it might have been the shape too, just because being like an actual bun, they're pretty big, but like the hot dog bun, you have a little bit more to like spread it out, I guess. I don't know.
Brats and a fried onion topping on pretzel buns.
Yup. That's exactly what I did. And beer cheese.
And the time you did beer cheese was really good too. I love beer cheese. Thank you so much, Kira. Probably it's not too distracting, y'all, because I can see the full chat on my computer over here, but my phone only like occasionally highlights a message for me. I try to get them like close to each other so it wouldn't look too weird when I'm looking at the chat on my computer. We just got done what I call Boss Fall here in North Carolina. Not just what I call, it's what like people in the South, we call it Boss Fall.
I missed that weather.
Because it was starting to get nice. Now it is hot again. Our air conditioning has been on all day. I've been getting away with only turning it on for like an hour or two in the evening, and then otherwise like keeping the windows open overnight. But it's hot again. It's like 87 today, something like that. Kira says, you got me through some super rough months of grief. I'm grateful to be able to say thank you so very much. That is the greatest kind of like feedback I could get. Yeah, like I'm happy and humbled that I could be like a comfort and a support for you without even knowing it. Like, yeah. Andrew is here when I'm like, when I get all, like, it's so, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Your fleeting moment kind of deal, or?
I don't know.
Just being very, like, appreciative.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I just get very, like, overwhelmed that so many people would enjoy watching and things like that.
I mean, it's the onions, right? Like,
yeah.
It's the onions. It's the onions.
Your finger felt wet. It probably was just cold.
Yeah, it was cold. It was definitely cold.
Let's see. Do I like to watch any cooking shows? I've been binging Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef lately.
We do like Hell's Kitchen.
We haven't
It's been a while,
we haven't recently watched Hell's Kitchen, but there was a while where we were watching every season, like as the episodes came out. We do enjoy Gordon Ramsay. What else do we actually like? We didn't like. What was the Bobby Flay one that we hated?
Wasn't it Throwdown with Bobby Flay was the first one?
Yes, we hated Throwdown with Bobby Flay, but
because
we
then
really
it became Beat Bobby Flay.
But we really like Beat Bobby Flay. So like, there's two different shows: the one we hate and the one we really like. Because we felt like he was just like, it was unfair in the Throwdown.
Well,
but
Throwdown didn't last too long because people really didn't enjoy it because just like the premise made sense, but I remember the main one was a guy who was like lived on like a seaside town, and he would make his own like clam chowder with. Like,
I think that
local
was. I think that might have been episode 1. Yeah.
But like, yeah, he made it with his own, with like locally sourced ingredients, and here comes Bobby Flay with like hundreds of dollars worth of like extremely expensive like crab and clams.
Right.
And,
like it was taking a restaurant's signature dish that they were famous for, and then he would come in with recipes that would never make sense to make in a restaurant because you just wouldn't be able to convince customers to pay what it would cost. So it didn't make sense. So I like Beat Bobby Flay a lot better because it puts the chefs on and Bobby Flay on like a completely even playing field in terms of like what ingredients they're selecting and things like that. Yeah, I haven't got into MasterChef or Iron Chef. I liked Worst Chefs or Worst Cooks in America. Worst Cooks in America. That's another one I haven't watched in a while. But that was one that I liked. I'm start cutting up garlic while I'm thinking about it. We watch some diners, drive-ins, and dives, but they put it on so often that it got annoying for us. And that's the thing that we haven't even had cable in. I haven't had cable connected 15 years or something.
it was when How I Met Your Mother was on the air. Because that's how we watched that episode.
I don't think I've had cable since we were dating.
Oh, I think it was basic cable because wasn't that ABC at the time?
Yeah, that we wouldn't have had to have cable for that. So, I haven't had cable in like 15 years. But anytime that we would go to a hotel or something, Food Network, 24 hours, is playing diners, drive-ins, and dives. And there was one night where I don't know why I was so mad at Guy Fieri, but I was like, I don't even remember what I said, but I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it was anything in particular.
I was so freaking tired of Guy,
Yeah,
but I actually really like Guy Fieri.
We came back from dinner or something, and you're like, oh, it's still on.
Yeah, I was really sad when Ann Burrell passed. Oh, Chopped. Chopped was the good one. Yeah.
We watched that a lot.
We overwatched Chopped.
Mm-hmm.
We like to put on stuff when we're going to bed, and there was a while when Chopped was our going to sleep show, so that was one that we kind of overwatched. Now it is Inuyasha. If you were a early 2000s Toonami fan, Adult Swim fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, now I'm starting. Is my oven like not? Oh my God, Andrew.
Oh, you had the bottom of it on, didn't you? Yeah. There's nothing in there, right?
They're sheet pans.
Well, they're warm.
I figured out why I've been struggling tonight, Andrew.
That's okay.
I don't know if it's ADHD or what. I'm struggling tonight. Ugh.
It'd be fine. Obviously, we're gonna cook them.
So,
well,
no,
you know what?
no.
The oven isn't broken.
The oven's not broken. I have a double oven. I turned the wrong one on. Usually I catch it. No, I did not catch it this time.
Well, to be fair, you've been distracted with
More
the
wine.
lovelies.
More wine. Have more wine. That's right. That's right. Because if I have wine, then I can blame it on the wine. Yeah, I had like 3 glasses before I started this live. Right. It's all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably not the most embarrassing thing I've done in front of a lot of people.
Well, it's not like...
No, it's just silly. I'm not actually like upset or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just annoyed at myself because, you know.
I didn't catch it either. I was looking at the oven. I'm like, it says 350, and as soon as you said, "Oh my God," I looked at it and I went, "Oh."
It's just
I see it.
Right. It's just annoying when like I know that like I'm a very capable person and I make dumb mistakes.
Well, everyone does.
I know.
I hope everyone does.
I know. I'm gonna be that girl who I'm probably gonna trip over my dress walking down the aisle, and
You're not wearing Heelys?
oh, Heely
Yeah.
down the aisle. I
Yeah.
could get down with that. I can't. Yeah.
I would like to.
So y'all heard it here. When Andrew and I get married, we're going down the aisle in Heelys. Just remember, the people watching you have had true kitchen horrors. Wedding cakes that slide apart and fall to the floor. Is that your personal story? Oh no. Oh wait. Well, no, my friends had that happen. Yeah, we're all friends here. Love that you always keep it real. I'm glad you appreciate that. It's not Pinot Grigio, Lisa. It's Pinot Noir, Lisa. But you're close.
I've never sobbing out blood.
Well, you know what? I can handle turning the wrong oven on. Like, that's not a big deal. The day that I like cut a finger off on live, that's the day that I'm gonna be like panicking. Oh, hey Diana, so glad to have you here. Glad you could make it in Australia. I do at least, I hyper focus while I am cutting my stuff up at least. Andrew, remember how I said I thought this was going to be an hour?
Uh-huh.
We're at 76 minutes.
Nice. I mean, I know you're like, I would like to keep it an hour, but you know, it's always nice to hang out with people.
Also, like, me and timeliness, what? Timeliness is not my strong point. But also, ADHD, wee!
And get you a slap chop. No.
No, I don't want a slap chop.
No, that's too many things.
Although I think this is enough garlic. I don't think I need that extra bit. How long has that sausage been cooking? It looks good, actually. It looks really good. I'm adding my garlic in here. Give me 1 second and I'll show y'all. Do you have any more videos coming out? Yeah, I have one that I'm just about done recording. It's mostly what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is editing that. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll get it out tomorrow or Sunday, but one of those 2 days I'll have that out. And then I'm planning to have one more out for September and then another one at the beginning of October. I'm actually like really on top of my stuff right now. Because if you've been following me for a while, you know that there are times when I kind of like seem to fall off the face of the planet, and it's never because I don't want to make content or because like I don't have time to make content. I just like hit like a wall and I feel like I have no idea what to film and how to do it, and or like I have like a project that I just can't imagine editing. And so I'm actually like I'm doing good lately. I've been in a good flow. Are you self-taught with YouTube? Yep, YouTube and old school food blogs.
YouTube University.
That's right. All right, the correct oven is now preheated. Hopefully this will come out good. All right. Can you imagine if I actually had kept alive to an hour and I'm like, man, it's an hour in. Why are my cupcakes not done? At our wedding, we couldn't get the unity candles to light, so our pastor just stuck his finger in the hot wax to reveal the dang hidden wick, burned himself, and was adorable about it. You know what, though? Like, A+ pastor, like, saving the day. He's like, we will not be getting this wedding off on the wrong foot. What do you use to edit your videos? I use Premiere, and I don't recommend it to anyone just because it's kind of pricey. If I wasn't, yeah. There's an alternative program called DaVinci Revolve, which is just as good as Premiere, but is free. Or they have a purchase add-on, but it's not like a subscription. So yeah, I recommend people who like if they're trying to get into like video editing, check out DaVinci Resolve. Do not do Adobe, but I'm just so used to the Adobe software because I've used it for like jobs and things like that. So like I use Photoshop and Photoshop and Premiere, and I've used like Illustrator for a lot of things. Andrew uses a couple of the programs for his own projects. So between the two of us, like, I shell out for the Adobe with my, I figure, you know, it's AdSense money's paying for it anyway. But in general, like, Adobe's expensive. It's annoyingly expensive. One day I may decide to, like, take the time to learn these other programs. It's just intimidating when I have, like, multiple other programs I need to learn. The day before at the rehearsal, he was coming from vacation Bible school and dressed like a scarecrow. That is amazing. Yeah, I miss Adobe, like, when you could just purchase the actual programs you wanted. Like, sure, they weren't, like, getting updated, but I mean, I would rather just have a version of the program that, like, works really solidly, that I could use for years. I don't know, there are pros and cons. All right, let me give y'all a glance down at what I've got going on. There's my pan here. Hi! I'm adding a can of tomatoes. So I've got sausage, onions, garlic. I got tomatoes added now. I'm gonna let these tomatoes cook for a few minutes just to kind of like cook out that canned tomato taste. And then after that cooks for a few minutes, I'll start putting together like the cheese sauce. Hey, Julie from Jersey, what's up? Hey, Andrew, she's from New Jersey. Andrew makes fun of me because I get like, somebody starts talking about New Jersey, like in our friend group or whatever, I'll be like, I'm from New Jersey. What are you saying about New Jersey? Like, I get really defensive about New Jersey, even though I haven't lived there in.
It's the it's like, what do they call it? It's not the sleeper term.
Like I'm activated like a.
Yeah, you're activated like
activated
a
like
agent.
a KGB agent.
Yeah. Someone says New Jersey, your ears perk up and her head like turns around like, where?
What'd you say about New Jersey? Currently chopping up peppers from my garden to make a red fermented hot sauce. Awesome. Jersey girl, yep, I've born and raised, but I've been, so I'm not, my one, like North Carolina thing, and I mean, you're, Tar Heel girl, so obviously, you know what's up in North Carolina, and there's a lot of, I don't know what to call it, hazing, heckling, kind of like, poking at people who've moved here in the last 5 or 6 years. But I'm like, I've been living in North Carolina longer than I lived in New Jersey at this point, so I don't, it feels weird, I don't feel like I can say that I'm a North Carolina, local or anything, but my friend who is very, 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 very passionate about the subject, he did knight me an honorary North Carolinian,
I know exactly who that is.
Yeah, what do you, I'm allowed to say that I'm, from North Carolina, because I've been here long enough. An honorary NC girl. Man, by the way, we're going to the UNC game in a couple weeks, so that'll be exciting. We've never been to a UNC game.
Stoked.
Hey, Nicole from Hollywood, Florida. Hoping to visit my cousin in a few weeks in southern Florida. Good night, Ashley. Is it Ashley going to sleep? I missed part of the chat, but... What exactly is a Tar Heel? Oh, and we got Tar Heel Hurricane Girl. It is. I'm like losing track of the chat. That's why I look confused, by the way. It is UNC and Clemson. It's the Clemson game. So I know that that's a big one. And they announced that Ludacris is going to be like the concert, I guess. I don't know. My friends who are taking us texted us and they were like, I hope you're hyped. I'm hyped.
Because Ludacris is going to be it. That's awesome.
What am I making? I am making I got cupcakes in the oven. Now that I have the right oven turned on and I'm not wondering why my cupcakes aren't cooking. Mm-hmm. And then for dinner, I am making a like sausage and veggie pan. It's gonna end up being like a cream sauce, which reminds me, I gotta get water boiling in a minute for the pasta. We're far enough in the process at this point.
You want the big pot?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't actually know what a Tar Heel is. Maybe Tar Heel girl can answer. I've been living in North Carolina for a long time, but I don't actually know what. I know a lot of North Carolina like slang and lingo, yeah, that one, and things like that. But I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. If it gets explained, I'll probably be like, oh, duh, I've heard that, but I can't think off the top of my head.
A little like a ram.
Let's see. It's a long story about the Tar Heel name. Okay, I'm gonna look it up and see, because I'm like, do I just not remember it? It feels weird that I've never. I feel like I had to have looked it up at some point. You're from Nothington. Wow. Oh, Lovington. Okay. He said it, not me. I didn't misread it.
No.
He said, hi, everyone. I don't believe I've ever mentioned I'm from a tiny town. We call it Nothington because literally 2 stoplights, but the name of my town is Lovington. Okay.
I mean,
Julie says, I'll say it again, Jersey girls rock. Andrew, watch out.
it's been what, 13 years? I don't have to watch out anymore. I know the signs.
He's met my Jersey family,
yes,
so
I know the signs.
he knows what he's in for.
Did you want the macaroni from over here?
I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely grew up in a really rural area. I don't know if you can, like, there's only really like one central part of town that has, I mean, there are stoplights, but I don't know how to describe it.
Well, that's corny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's only just a couple. We had, was it Johnson Ferry? We had Johnson Ferry and Market Street are the only ones that have stoplights off of the highway. Everything else is just stop signs.
Mm-hmm.
But, fiber.
The origins of Tar Heel originates in mid-18th, 19th centuries as a producer of turpentine, tar, pitch, and other materials from the state's plentiful line and from their furniture industry. I don't know. Sounds good to me. Alright, these tomatoes are almost cooked enough that I'll start making the cream sauce. I'll give it a minute or two so that way my water can start boiling. Since the tomatoes are in there, there's like a bunch of extra liquid in there, so I'm not really worrying about the sausage overcooking or the garlic burning or anything like that. First described people who work with tar, but nickname was embraced by Confederate NC soldiers during Civil War and grew to the nickname something joke from that state. Had a gummy and went down a rabbit hole. Hey. Andrew makes fun of me because I'll read like one little thing and I'm like, I need to know everything about this thing that I don't know about that I just read.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's definitely me with certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it funny for you that it seems like it's the most random thing that sets it off.
Yeah.
Which, like, mine's at least semi-tangent to what I'm currently doing.
Hey, Molly from Virginia.
Ooh, whereabouts?
Yeah. Andrew says, whereabouts in Virginia? Yeah, the internet is definitely full of rabbit holes. I need to head out. All right, Melissa, it was so great having you. Yeah, I'll keep it up, so definitely feel free to catch the end on replay. Hoping, that I'm not trying to make this like a super, super long live, so I'm going to try and wrap it up here and not take too long to finish up. We're at 90 minutes, where I said was going to be an hour. Richmond area.
Okay.
Actually, we spent a night in Richmond a few months ago. Is North Carolina a safe state? North Carolina is like any state. You've got like good areas, bad areas, like whatever you're looking for, I mean, you can pretty much find. We live in Raleigh. We really love living in Raleigh. Let's see. If you ever come up to Niagara Falls, New York, you have friends here. Andrew is originally from upstate New York, so we definitely we don't make it up there very often because it's like more of his like extended family. But we definitely do like visiting when we get the chance to. I've never been to Niagara Falls area. I assume Niagara Falls is like
that's way up. I was there once, but yeah.
Let's see. We go to Murphy, NC every now and then. It's been a while. Asheville and Bristol. Yeah, I haven't been to Asheville since before Hurricane Helene. My mom's up there right now. Like she's camping and hiking and things like that. I might try to make a trip in the next like month or so. It just depends on what my schedule looks like. 'Cause, it's just like it's like a 4 to 5 hour drive from here. We can go camping, things like that. So we may decide to do that. What made you guys move to NC? I moved to North Carolina because I went to college here and then I just stayed here forever. And then Andrew, kind of the same story, but his family also moved to North Carolina. Yeah, Asheville and just like the whole like WNC in general is like such a gorgeous area. I lived there for a few years. Like I definitely like part of my heart permanently resides in Western North Carolina. I love Western North Carolina. Hey Tony from Oregon, happy to have you here. I helped a friend move from Atlanta, Georgia to Raleigh, and we stopped at the Big Peach. I know exactly. Yep. I've never stopped there.
I know that one.
I've never stopped there, but like I have to take a picture every time we drive by. Like it's like required. I have to do it.
That's South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just went to Atlanta a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. We were hanging out with friends down there. Every time we do it, the drive feels like it gets longer and longer. But it was just crazy though, because this was the first time that we did not hit any significant construction, especially in South Carolina. Like we like on our way home, Andrew slept in the car and I drove through South Carolina, and it was like I don't think we've ever gotten through that fast, and it's not because I have a lead foot.
Not in the Kia Soul.
Oh yeah, look, they're actually they're rising.
Wow.
Where'd my toothpick go?
It's over here.
Oh, thank you. Yep, and they are finished. So I'm gonna put them
here. Well,
yeah, put them on the stove back there.
Yeah. It's fine.
And then I'm not making like fresh frosting. One of the reasons why I decided to make cupcakes was I found a container of frosting in the back of my cabinet, and it's a little bit past its Best By date, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to open it, I'm going to make some cupcakes, we're going to use it. Let's see, Erin says, I'm a California girl, but I lived in upstate New York for 3 winters. Okay.
But we're upstate, that could be anywhere.
One of my best friends lives in, she's in South Central LA, and I love visiting her. I wouldn't want to, the food, like, I don't know that I would be cut out to live in Los Angeles, but I love the food there is so good. So good. So I'm doing some jumbo elbow macaroni. Get that started. And start a timer because otherwise I'll get distracted. Who, me? Get distracted?
Couldn't be. Then who?
Then who? North of Albany, Lake George area.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming you know where that is.
Yeah. And so when I lived in upstate New York, but it was Corning, so it's not.
Like
Not
Corning
super
where?
high. Yeah, Corning where the fiber optics, like Corning glass, it was there. Not super high from the Pennsylvania border, but north of the city, so it's upstate. I used to go to the Albany area when I was younger for like lacrosse training and like summer team game stuff for lacrosse. I remember that area very specifically, but it was around there.
I don't find Aldi to be deficient in pasta. I mean, they're a little bit. Okay, so it depends. I'm pretty flexible with the types of pasta that I have. So I don't necessarily. Yeah, they carry the ones that I usually want, and then like, when I was there a week or two ago, whenever I did my the last video I did, I got the 4 pounds of the tricolored rotini for $1, so I really can't complain about that. They have most of the ones that I like really want. I guess if I'm being like particular about what kind of pasta, then yeah, I mean their selection is definitely limited. From the Philly area, living in Charlotte. All right. Heck yeah, go Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Man, y'all don't understand how sad I was not being able to go up to Philly for the parade when the Eagles won the Super Bowl last. Andrew will tell you. Oh. I thought you did this. I was like, what? I didn't say anything.
No.
I was so miserable. I was so upset because the first time they won, I was there, and the second one I couldn't pull it off, and I was so depressed about it because like a Philly like championship parade is so hard to describe. I mean, it's probably similar in other like states, other sports teams, things like that. But like, I don't know, when it's like magical, everybody is just so happy and jubilant, and it's like this energy that you can't describe. I don't know. It's so much fun though. When the Phillies won the World Series, I was living in North Carolina, and I just happened to be visiting friends in New Jersey. I ended up. This was 2008 or 9. I can't think of my years, but either way, I was unemployed at the time, just like staying with friends up there, and I ended up extending my trip like several days because it was like Game 7, and then it got delayed because of snow. And then I was like, all right, my friends were like, well, you can't leave now. Like, you have to stay up. So I did, and they won, and it was so funny because, we're like in my friend's living room, and we're like, we're cheering, we're like, yeah, woo! And we're in South Jersey, mind you. And then all of a sudden we're like, why are we still in New Jersey? And so like we jumped in my friend's car and drove over to Philly, and we had a good time there until people started flipping cars, and then we said, it's time to go back to New Jersey. I do not know Alice. I have no idea whatsoever. But, I mean, unfortunately in sports, like, sports has some of the best, like, the best vibes, like, the best, like, feel-good stories, but it also has some of the most, like, unfortunately, like, childish behavior, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I mean, I know that Philly sports fans are also guilty of some of the, some of the worst of the worst. We won't talk about batteries or Santa. But But you know, the Phillies won. It was, you know, crazy night they won. But then the parade was just like pure like love. Like it was just like strangers were like hugging and high-fiving everywhere. Like the day of the Phillies parade is like, no lie, it is one of the most memorable and best days of my life. It was such a amazing experience and day with my friends. Like I don't even know how to tell that story. Tar Heels have been known to flip cars when we beat Duke. Yeah, it's weird because like, so growing up in South Jersey, like college sports weren't that like crazy of a thing. So it's like down here, college sports are serious stuff. If I wore like you know, wearing the wrong color of blue t-shirt, someone would question that. They'd be like, oh, so you know you're rooting for XYZ, like oh, is that because you're like, you know, for whatever? And I'm like, I'm just wearing a blue shirt. I didn't think about it. I played soccer up until middle school. Someone was asking if I played sports. I played soccer up until middle school, and I was playing it year round. And so I got so completely burnt out that I wanted nothing to do with it. I played hockey during middle school, like roller hockey on a league. It was fun, but it got exhausting because I was the only girl in my age range and experienced a lot of like really crappy behavior from my team. So like I stuck it out and I played for a while, but then I decided to let that go. But otherwise, like, I didn't do formal sports after that. But I'm also not a morning person, and that is one thing I learned about sports, especially like college sports, is you're going to be up first thing in the morning practicing. Jeanette, I see you're just about an hour from Corning. Man, that is such a beautiful area of New York, like that whole area. Don't know if you'll see this, but the buttermilk powder is so good. Okay, that is awesome. And store it in the freezer. I take note of that. I will do that. Alright, my pasta is almost done, so I'm going to focus on making cheese sauce here real quick. And this is just something that I'm throwing it together and figuring it out. So, self-funding a trip to Alaska. So I wasn't in college. I was 16 years old. And yeah, I wanted to go to Alaska no matter what it took. So I did a summer internship at this like remote wilderness program. It had its pros and cons. Overall, I'd say it was a good experience. I think the family, because it was this family run like camp, it was a family run camp that like mostly like its main demographic was families. I don't think they 100% knew like. For me, it was advertised as a like an internship, and then I think that they weren't. And I had like a phone interview and everything before I actually got accepted, and there was like a big application. But I think they didn't realize what having a 16-year-old wilderness intern from New Jersey entailed. So when I say like the cons, I just think that they were a little bit less instructional, I guess. Like they were a little more, like they expected me to know more than I did about living in like remote wilderness areas on a part of the country, like, you know, on the opposite side of the country. I mean, they were nice, they were great. I just think that like their expectations weren't like clearly communicated and things like that. But overall, I view it as a good experience. I learned a lot, and it was beautiful. And I mean, I wish I could have gone to Alaska and it not just been work all summer, because I was only 16, so I didn't really get to have like, you know, I couldn't like bookend it with like a vacation because I was by myself. But overall, it was a really good experience. Like I look back on it positively. My daughter took a summer job at the Denali Lodge after she finished baking patisserie school. She was 20. I was worried the whole time. So I mean, my mom wasn't worried, which is, you know, I was living in a tent, and you know, there were like moose walking past my tent at night, or I would like wake up the next day and see like you know, on the trails I was like working to maintain, I would see like bear scat and things like that. But yeah, my mom wasn't super worried, but I was a very independent 16-year-old. All right, let me focus for a second here because I'm at the part where I have to focus again. So let me bring you all down. Well, first, here, let me just show you. I've got cream, I've got Parmesan. It's the shaved, and it was actually cheaper to buy this than it was to buy any of the wedges of Parmesan. So I went with this time. Normally, I wouldn't buy shaved because I don't want to, you know, pay extra for it. Or even if it was the same price, I probably would have went with the wedge of it, but that'll still be good. And then I have this burrata ball. I got it for $2. There were 2 of them in here. I already ate one. And I think I'm going to use the other one in this. But, so, now I got this ready. Me send y'all down here so you can more or less see what I'm doing. I got the heat off on the pasta. It should be able to stand like another minute or so. I'm gonna add some half and half. And then a nice handful of that Parmesan. And then I'm trying to decide, because I'm also considering I can put the burrata, like cut it in half and serve it over top of our pasta dishes. So I'm considering that as well. And then I'm also gonna get some garlic powder in there. I have, you know, fresh garlic in there, but I like to have double the garlic. Some black pepper. And then I got my Badia Cajun style mix. Well, Erin, it's your job to worry, so that's what you hope for the best, but it's almost like it's your job to be the one to worry a little bit. It's just because you care so much. And then I'm going to drop a little bit of that pasta water in there to help smooth this out. And it also helps the pasta really cling to the pasta. Or it helps the sauce cling to the pasta. There we go. By the way, whoever asked if my mom watched my live, I know she's not because she just texted me. She said it's cold but muggy. She is camping out in the mountains. Whoops. I broke my burrata ball. I was a little bit rough there draining it. I might just serve it over top. I don't know. Do y'all think I should serve it over top versus chopping it up and mixing it in? My sauce is about done here. I got one for chop it up and one for over top. So I have another video I'm working on, not the one that is going to come out this weekend, but I have another one that I'll get out maybe towards the end of next week or next weekend, that I do mix one of the burrata balls into a dish. So I might do it on top for this one. All right, this seems like it's about fully mixed. Let me grab a fork so I can taste this. Hot. Hold on. I went into my fridge real quick. I'm coming back. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna add just a little splash of soy sauce. Helps give it a little savoriness that's really, really good. And then I'm gonna drain my pasta here real quick. I'm gonna let y'all watch my pan for me. Add the pasta in. Always has a couple noodles that want to stick to the pan. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that, whoops. Don't mind me making a mess. I think the burrata ball over top of it is going to be really nice. Yeah, I like to add soy sauce to a lot of my sauces, especially if they're like cheesy sauces. It just makes a real nice, I don't know, like it gives a little bit of umami, a little savoriness. It's the same reason I add Worcestershire to a lot of stuff. It's that same exact savory element, and so I'll go back and forth on whether I do soy sauce or Worcestershire sauce. Molly asked if I taught myself. More or less. I mean, I'll say food blogs and YouTube taught me how to make everything I make, and I'm Googling like all the time. Like it'll randomly occur to me like, oh, I wonder if I can, like, I wonder if I can do XYZ. And I'll just like, so I'll Google like, can you cook this in this way? And so I'll like research it that way. Yeah, I like soy sauce in place of a little bit of sauce because it's like salt, but like, extra savoriness. All right, so that's what I got going on here. I'm gonna turn the heat off here. Let me bring y'all back up so I can see y'all again. There we go. Try not to shake y'all too much. Whoops. Looks like chili mac. It does look like chili mac. That's not what I was expecting it to look like, but that's okay. Like I said, this was a let's, throw ingredients that I needed to use up or that I had in the fridge together and like, see how it looks. Let me grab these cupcakes real quick here. I kind of just like dumped them onto the back of the stove. I'm gonna keep my fork. Flip that over so that way I don't get any onioniness on these. I don't know about y'all, but I do not want onion cupcakes. They're still a little warm, so I thought about frosting them now. I might wait. But, like I said, I'm just using canned frosting today. I'm making my friend a birthday cake next weekend, and I'm going to make a bunch of buttercream. But canned frosting has its place too. Night, Kira. It was so great having you. But I figure they did stick a little bit more than my cupcakes usually do to the paper liners, but that could be because that could have been user error because I was full of user errors tonight. Let me grab I'm gonna use a little spoon. I'm not doing it tonight, but especially because I don't feel like piping it, but one of my favorite things to do with like store-bought canned frosting is to put put a little bit extra vanilla in it, like another, like, I don't know, like a teaspoon, I don't know, a splash of vanilla in it, and take your like hand mixer and whip it, and then frost cupcakes with that. I like a lot of frosting on my cupcakes, by the way. So, whoops. That for the little cupcake is good for me. Love the penguin cake you made your friend. She wouldn't even cut into it. I didn't even get to taste it because she didn't want to like cut it up during her birthday party. But I heard it was good. So the next friend I made a cake for, I made sure she cut it up. I'm just giving my pan here a little bit of a stir as it cools down. But I do want to try this cupcake. I probably should have tried it without adding any frosting, like to really, you know, decide how it was going to be. But it's nice and warm right now, so definitely the perfect time to be tasting it. Despite me messing up pretty much every part of making those, it's really, really good. So I'm excited that we'll have a proper little dessert tonight. I'll save this half for Andrew. It's our, you know, we'll have dessert and we'll have appetizer dessert. But in terms of serving up a plate, let's see, what do I want to eat this in? I'll eat it in a bowl. Get myself a bowl of it here so that way I can show y'all before I say goodnight and start eating it. I gotta figure out what we're gonna watch tonight while we eat. I can't believe we had this whole live and I didn't ask if anybody else was also obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters, because my house is kind of obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters, and I imagine that, you know, if some of you aren't, you might have kids who are, but we're obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters. There's my bowl without the burrata. And then I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, because since it's so creamy, and I put my knife in the sink already. Yeah. I'll get Andrew out here in a minute to have his, to get his bowl. See, I feel like it didn't go in half. I don't want that much of it. Okay, but K-pop, so even if you're not a fan of K-pop, K-pop Demon Hunters is its own thing. I think every single person in my friend group might be obsessed with it right now. I know, it's a really, really, really good movie. All right, there is the finished, you know, with the burrata on top. It's really good. After it melts over the top, I think it'll especially, like as it warms up, it'll especially be nice. Actually, you know what I should have done too? I could have put it over top of the pan and stuck it under the broiler for a minute. But the burrata is the first time I've had it. But it's basically a ball of mozzarella filled with shredded mozzarella and cream. So it's good. But you know, personal preference. If you're not feeling it, that's absolutely fair. But the dish is really, really, really good. It feels like a really fancy hamburger helper. Yeah, that's good. Especially I'm gonna mix it in and let the mozzarella get a little melty, and that'll probably seem a little more appealing if you weren't feeling it before. But yeah, this is good. I think that is everything. I'm trying to, yeah. I think that is everything that we gathered here to do. Make some dessert, make some delicious pasta dinner. I think it is time for me and Andrew to go eat and figure out what we're gonna watch on TV or what video games we're gonna play tonight. And yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out so much. I hear Andrew can hear I'm wrapping up because he's on his way. Are you coming over here, Andrew?
Sure.
All right, Andrew's gonna come say goodbye too. But you want to see the?
Good. Ooh.
I put the burrata ball like half of it, so half of it will go on yours too.
Oh, nice.
Okay. But yeah, appreciate y'all so much. Had so much fun hanging out. Like I said, hoping to get another video out in the next couple of days and another one like by next weekend. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I appreciate the heck out of all of y'all, and I will see you again soon.